Hello, we're live again. Continuing where we picked off yesterday, or we left off, picking up where we left off yesterday, I should say, with the menu, the inventory design. I'm making a lot of mistakes today. So we got the trophies, looking quite good. And off stream last night, I was working a lot on some of the file system, so some of the documents that you can read. So I haven't written anything, I've only sort of like put down some templates for what I anticipate we're going to use. So I've got like some diaries, I've got some newspapers, some notes. I think I started to do a painting, like a child's drawing. And then there's a folder with files in it, so there's a good variety of different things you can find. I've got about 15 of them. I think 15, it kind of fits. I was looking at some of the Resident Evil collectible file system, and most of the games have about 15 documents as well, so it's not too bad accuracy wise. Okay, I don't know how this soundtrack's going to work today. I'm going to try the Silent Hill Homecoming soundtrack. Some tracks might sound okay, some others might sound not so good, but it's the only video I could find. Right, let me get the chat up here. Hello Mr. Lottles, welcome back. Hope you're having a great Friday. Hey Alpha, nice to see you again. Are you planning another Crash Bandicoot stream tonight? Hello again, Hal Schmoomin, with your good old purple imp. Member for over a month. Hello. Hello small boy, 66. It's good to see you again as well. Hope you're doing well. Hope Chris Sain. Hello, welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well too. Are you a Dreams creator? Do you like to play Dreams? Hey Joe, oh you're not late today, which is quite surprising. I was expecting you to be late. How Schmoomin beat you today, unfortunately. So I'll go in and I'll show you some of the stuff that I did earlier on. I think the only thing, I don't know if I added a sound effect, let me see, I think I did. Yeah, I think the sound effects are all good. Just having a little double check here. This is the file system, so the trophy list is very small, but the file system's a lot bigger because it has to connect to all of the objects, and the objects need to turn off and on. I could use keyframes, but I just used wires, you know. So it's the same as a system as the trophy system. This time just with files. So I'll hopefully this works right. So I've set it up now that it doesn't actually work unless you press the touchpad. So the touchpad will bring up the menu now, which is pretty cool, and if you press the touchpad again it takes the menu away. So it doesn't look so great in here, but when you're in the scene itself it will work, because it will go here, and then when I press that it will go back to the original camera. So let me go over here. So the files here. So yesterday we did all the trophies. I think I just touched it as a silver trophy. Silver. I think here like silver, gold. There's John Jerry Steve. Don't be late for John Jerry Steve, and you'll get yourself an. And then I'll watch whilst I'm eating, and then I can continue once I'm things that I need to do. So many tasks that I need to do, and the redesigning the character is just one more task. So I can give you a roadmap for what I'm working on. So we did the trophies. Obviously the trophies. I still need to work on getting the pop-ups when you unlock the trophies, as well as the memorizer data, but I'm going to leave all the memorizer stuff for another day. But once I get the see, I've got the file system here, but I still need to actually write all of the documents, and then I need to sort out the map, and then I also need to sort out the ammo and things like that. I don't know why we're having problems again. I'm going to blame this damn PS4 because I specifically did a speed test before I started this stream and everything was great, everything was fine. As soon as I click stream, oh no, sorry, but you're going to die, basically. I'll do another one just to make sure everything's okay. Now I'm doing a speed test just now. Everything seems to be okay. I don't know what's going on. Could be PSN, could be PS4. It is quite annoying actually that it's doing this. I'll keep going. Because, like I said, I'm doing a speed test right now. Everything's good. The downloads are good. The uploads are good. I think this is just a bad week for streaming, to be honest, on the PS4. Because, you know, we're having some buffering issues. But it's either YouTube, PS4, or PSN. There's something funny going on. Hopefully it'll be okay tomorrow. We'll keep going with the stream. Let's hope that the buffering sorts itself out. And if it doesn't, then we're just going to have to carry this on tomorrow. Let's be honest, every week is a bad week for streaming in terms of PSN. I know, but yeah, you're right. There's some weeks that are better than others though, because I remember we used to have some really bad weeks where the stream wouldn't even start. Remember I used to press stream and it would say error, and I'd have to try like 3, 4, 5 times before the stream actually started. I've not actually had that problem in a long time, so I don't know what the hell was going on. It seems to have fixed itself, but you know, I'm expecting it to happen another time. As for streaming itself, yeah, we normally sometimes had, you know, connection problems. But it seems like this week in particular, it's not too good. Not to keep talking about my stuff, always about you, Alpha. But how was my stream the other day? No one ever mentioned any problems. Yeah, it was great. It's just the guy that was talking, you know, was a bit of a pain. No, it was good. The quality was good. The commentary was good. I'd say everything went pretty smoothly, to be honest. Your microphone was good. I didn't see any problem with it. Obviously you can tell that it's not a proper built big mic, you know, but it's still a lot better than you would think, so I wouldn't worry about it. I think everything's going well for you so far. So if it's not buffering, I'll go through the file system now and show you some of the things that I've got. So what I did is I've got, like I said, I got a variety of different objects. So stuff like a diary, a newspaper, some notes, files. There was a drawing which I still need to actually draw. So right now it's a blank canvas. And I think that's pretty much it. And believe it or not, when I imported all of these sculpts, it was zero thermal. Like no thermal went up at all. And I was like, yes, that's brilliant. Because I was a little bit worried that my idea of putting all these objects in the inventory was going to be bad for thermal, but no thermal got added at all from adding the newspaper, the book, the paper, the files, everything. Nothing added. It never added anything. And I don't know why. Because normally it would always add maybe like 1% or something, but there was absolutely nothing. But hey, I'm not complaining, it's pretty good. But I've still tried to optimise the best I can, so I've basically used one book. So here we've got a green book. And if you look at the other books, the other diaries in the inventory, they're different colours. So it means I can use the same book, just change the colour, and then it looks like a whole different thing. Stuff for the notes, I didn't really feel like I had to change the colour for the notes because it's a piece of paper with writing on it. Simple enough. Same with the folder. It's just a folder. I could change some of the colours of the folder. I could change them just to add a bit of variety. And I was thinking about doing the same thing when I get the actual item inventory in. So if we get a key, I'm not going to get like 5 or 6 different keys. I'm just going to use like the one key and then just change the colour of the key and then just label it like, you know, the office key, the blah blah blah. So it's like another good way to save on thermal, not to use too many different sculpts. So I'll have like one single key, I'll have one single key card, and I'll try my best to make alternatives of the same sculpt. I think that's the best way to do it. That's good to know. Yeah, everything was working quite well. Working a lot better than me anyway. Sometimes I don't know if it's because I've got the camera on. Sometimes the camera maybe adds a bit too much bandwidth, even though it's not that much, to be honest. Who knows? But hopefully, I'm still waiting for this PS5. Maybe our streaming will be a bit better. So I got the game manual. So the game manual is pretty self-explanatory. It's a game manual. So I was thinking there's not really going to be a tutorial in this game. You're just going to hit new game. Maybe I'll show you some of the controls and some tips during a loading screen or something like that. But you don't really need to pay attention technically. So the game's just going to throw you in straight into the game. It's not going to say like, oh, here's a zombie. Here's some ways that you can defeat a zombie, or, you know, avoid a zombie, or, you know, you can press X to pick things up, or you can examine like parts of the environment. You need to find keys and solve puzzles. I'm not going to tell anybody because it's traditional survival horror. You just play and you sort of pick these things up as you go along. So what I've done is I put a manual in the game itself. So if it only tells you the controls at the main menu and it only gives you tips at the start of the game, at least people can refer to the manual at any time in the game. So I'm thinking not everyone's going to play this game from start to finish, at least not in the one sitting, so they're going to come back later. Who knows how long until they come back, so they might need a little bit of a refresher on some of the tips. So it's not just controls, it'll be tips, give you some things you would expect from a survival horror game. For example, when you examine an environment, most people probably won't do that because they'll only press X on like ammo or a gun or a door. They probably don't realise that there's other static things that you can press X on. So if there's like a painting, or there's like a, you know, a statue or something like that, like it has nothing to do with the game, but you can still press X on it and there might be like a description that comes up on the screen. It's not the most important thing ever, but it is a survival horror thing, and I'll definitely need to let people know that you can do this. I think all the hardcore players, people that are used to these games, they'll know exactly what to do. But I think some new players to this genre, they won't anticipate it at all, because I don't think many games let you examine an environment. By the way, LB, did you check out your voice lines after I added all the new voice lines? I'm suspicious it didn't save my changes for the collaborator. As long as you saved it online, I think it should have saved. But I can check later today and just to make sure. I like that about the old Resident Evil games, makes the world seem more interesting. It does. It's like, you know, say there's like a fire, for example, in front of a store. My instinct would be to press X on that because I want to find out a little bit about it, or like pressing X on a statue. I just want to know a bit more about it, or a painting or whatever. So it's more than just graphics, you know, it kind of comes to life a bit more. And it allows you to explore more, because you need to press X. Like, say there's a painting puzzle, right? You would have to press X on that painting to activate the puzzle. But if people didn't realise you could press X on objects, you know, in the environment, then they're never going to discover that. So I need to make sure that I drill at home. When you start the game, I'll give you all the tips, and then I'll have the manual here, so if anyone skipped through that, they can always double check here again. Let's say you came across a robot, no button prompts or anything, would you out of instinct press X on it? If it's a survival horror game, yes, I would. If it's another genre, probably not, because other genres don't really do this kind of thing. So, if your game is about examining things, then maybe I probably would, but you need to make sure that I know that's what your game does. It's just that survival horror games, instinctively, that's what they always do. So I don't really need to explain it to too many people. But for your game, maybe you might need to do that. I mean to interact, not examine. What, just to activate? Probably not. If I don't know that you have an interact button, then probably I wouldn't do it. So I would definitely make sure in your controls, or you give me a tip or something that says you can interact with the environment by pressing X. So then I'm going to go around pressing X on everything just to make sure I'm not missing anything. Like, if you came across a human being, would you press X to talk to it out of instinct? Again, it's just if the game lets you talk to people, then I would. It has a controls menu at the very start. Yeah, I mean, I would. I mean, every game uses a different button to talk to people, right? You said you were going to make square to jump. There you go. It just says X to interact, square to jump. Yeah, I would do that. I don't see why not. As long as people know that that's what your game's about. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to write out a really good game manual to make sure everyone understands. And I've actually got my keyboard here today. I don't know if this is going to work. I've never tested this on the PS4, only the PS3. So I've got like a keyboard here, and I plugged it into the PS4 so that if we do any writing, I'm not going to use the controller because it's going to take me forever. So I'll just like type. Hopefully it works. I've not tested it yet. I might need to go into the PS4 settings to activate it or something, but hopefully it's plug and play. If not, then oh well, controller it is. So the next one is a newspaper. So you see, we're changing the objects. Very nice, huh? So this is the local health and decline. So this is going to be like one of the first things you find in the job centre. It's going to give you an idea of the scenario, because we want to link to the hospital before we actually get there, just to put a thought in people's mind. So it's not like you just arrive at the hospital and you assume everything's okay. I kind of want to start giving you an idea, okay, there's something funny going on about this hospital even before you get there. So I've changed the icon. Then we've got like a disgruntled application. So this is going to be basically someone's at the job centre and they weren't very happy about something. They're clearly not getting a lot of love at the job centre, or the centre of jobs we should say. So I thought I'd put that in there, and then he can add some more details. I'm talking about how there's not many jobs going around, or maybe there's something about the hospital, like they're hiring people, but there's a turnover rate. Maybe people are going missing. Who knows? So again, it's just to tie people's perception to the hospital as well. And then when we get to the hospital, we'll have the nurse's diary. So you can see there's a green one, he has a red one. So it's a bit, it's a little bit different. I can put like a tape over the front, which I was thinking about doing, just to sort of put someone's name across the front of it, but I'll see, because I don't really want to distract people with text on the items. You know, it's just like this paper. I didn't want to put real letters on it because I don't want you to read it, you know. I just want this to be like a basic image, like the newspaper. It's just a basic image so that you can just simply open it up. So that the nurse will have some interesting stories about her time working in the wards. She probably doesn't know too much about what's going on in the background, but she's probably noticed a few sinister things, which she's going to document in the diary, which I think will be quite good. Panic Man, whoa! Everybody panic, it's Panic Man, he's back. Hey bro, back from the dead. I still don't get this software and I wish there were proper tutorials on this. So I am doing the dark ones on Unity now and almost done. Alright, so you gave up on Dreams then? Okay. So you took up Unity. How's that coming along for you? Are you finding it a lot easier than Dreams? It's Panic Man, he's here. Oh, he's back. He's back in action. Nobody panic. It's nice to see you again. It's been a long time. Hopefully you've been keeping well during this whole quarantine fiasco. Yeah, House Schmoomann's been very busy. Bovaretta has been keeping him very busy indeed. Yeah, it's good news. Yeah, well, welcome back. So that's the nurse's diary. Then we've got a patient list. So here we've got a folder. So I thought this would be a cool way of putting in some Easter eggs. So I thought I could maybe use some people's names, or change the names a little bit and put them in as patients in the hospital. So it's just records about, okay, this person suffers from this illness or this injury, blah blah blah. And again, we might be able to connect it later to other documents that talk about a certain patient. So let's say in this patient list there's someone who is having let's just say they were having a heart attack and they were trying to recover, or they were in a coma. Maybe in another document in the future they might talk about a patient that they experimented on, someone who was in a coma or someone who had a heart attack. So I'll try and link it, because at this stage in the game you're not going to know too much about what's going on in the background. So this patient list is just going to be very introductory to sort of get you familiar with some of the patients that they have been manipulating and doing a lot of bad things with. I didn't quite quit Dreams, okay, but Unity, it's more easier for me, and yeah, staying safe. I love your streams, excellent. Well, I've never really gave Unity a chance. Maybe I should, just to see what it's like, but I don't want to give up on Dreams. I still want to make games on Dreams, because if I start making a channel all about Unity, I think it might get a bit too hardcore, a bit too serious. So I'm still going to keep it on Dreams related stuff. Maybe in the future I might do some extra stuff on Unity just to learn, sort of like bridge the gap between Dreams and Unity, which would be quite good. I'm sure a lot of people would be interested in taking their skills outside of Dreams one day as well, but it's not really on the horizon as of yet. I need to get good at making games in general first, and then I'll go over to what I consider the more complicated software on PC. Thanks Alpha, and a release as freeware soon. Oh nice, very good. I wonder how that works. Like, is there like certain websites you can use to upload your game for people to play for free? I really don't know what to say, so I'm going to fill the rest of my character space with random mumbo jumbo that doesn't make any sense at all. That being said, I've already wasted 22 of my character. Don't waste any space. Come on. I'm going to put you in this patient list. Could be like Mr. Lols. He has a tendency to have random mumbo jumbo. It's a serious condition. I tried Unity, I raged at it. I think I'll stick to Dreams. You raged? Is it that complicated? Same small, been very challenging with things like this COVID stuff. I got my degree in psychology now. Oh, very good. Congratulations. I wish I could understand Dreams though. See, even psychology it's not enough to understand Dreams. It's a very complex thing. Uploading on own websites and links here. Oh, okay, do you have your own website already, or are you going to create one as well? That's quite cool. I wouldn't mind having a website one day, but I don't think I would use it at the moment. So there's a patient list, then we've got the doctor's notes. So again, he's going to go into more depth into a particular patient or two, which we might come across some interesting details. Another newspaper article talking about the hospital expansion, so more money's coming in. They want to expand, get more patients, which turns out to be a sinister plot. You know, they want more people in, less people out. Then we've got a patient's diary, so we're going to see it from the perspective of a patient. And I'm thinking about making the patient sort of like, you ever played the original Resident Evil where the I think it was the guard, he was starting to become a zombie, so like every day gradually he was feeling the effects of it. So I'm thinking I'll do something similar with the patient's diary. So it's kind of like every day things are starting to get worse and worse and worse for the patient, and the patient's starting to notice weird things going on around the hospital with the doctors and some strange men who are appearing and taking samples and things like that. So I think I'll probably make something quite creepy with the patient's diary. Then the child's drawing, it's just a blank canvas right now. I'm going to draw it. I think I'm going to draw John, Jerry, Steve and Bo Veretta at their wedding day, and then it's going to be like, that's John, Jerry, Steve, that's Bo Veretta, and then this is me, you know. So I'll try and draw that with a massive leg, massive lips. And then what I'm going to do is, on the back, when you flip it over, there's going to be some text on the back, which is probably going to give you an idea about the Bo Veretta trophy, that you need to shoot Bo Veretta. But it's probably going to give you some other details. Maybe the child overheard something, which can help you solve a puzzle. Or maybe it could be something sinister as well. So it's like a child's perspective. So the child doesn't have a diary, but he has a drawing, and on the back of the drawing he could have wrote a few things. Or maybe the front of the drawing's all happy, but the back is all terrible. Favourite documents in all of Resident Evil. It's it translates very well, you know. I've had one for free from Wix.com. Make your own, very easy and free. Alright, is it easy to upload things then? And maintain? Hello, Hugzo! Am I late? Oh, Hugzo, you're very late today. Which means you're kind of due a John, Jerry, Steve leg. So I'm going to add that to your sentence. I'm sorry. It's coming. John, Jerry, Steve's leg. It's coming for you. It's funny, some get Dreams easy and some do Unity easy, but play your stuff in Dreams and rank them as awesome. You know, you just got to make a good game, no matter if it's Dreams or if it's Unity. That's the most important thing, really. I would like to give Unity a go one day, but like I said, I just want to practice making games. I think Dreams is a good way to do it. Make fast games. Because the programming for me is going to be the biggest hurdle if I move outside of Dreams. I don't think I'm quite ready for that yet. Because doing logic in Dreams, it's simple enough because it's all visual. But to do something like that in Unity, I think it would be a bit more challenging for me. So one day, just not right now. Because most of my games are quite complex, and I think if I was to translate this game into Unity, it'd probably take me years and years. So I think Dreams is good that it speeds things along a little bit. And I mean, I could make games on Unity and try sell them on Steam and things like that, but I still want to have this Dreams studio, you know, the Dreams studio, that ambition where we're making games in Dreams and it actually becomes a thing that we can do over time. Failing that, then I will have to jump to Unity. But I'm going to give myself a few years making games on here, see what happens. Hopefully I can make really good games, because that's what it's all going to come down to. More than 20 minutes, let's just say that exactly. It's coming for you. Looking forward to your game, LBA. Can't wait for your horror game. I know it's coming. It's coming soon. There's actually going to be a demo at the end of September, so if you want to play it, I'll let you know. It should be, let me see the dates here. Let me load up the dates here. So there will be a public demo of this on the 25th of September. It's a Friday. So look forward to that. So it's like another, what, 5 weeks away? So yeah, I'll release a demo. You can let me know what you think. And I'll try and implement as much of your feedback as I can before the full release. I only got as far as shaping simple terrain and placing user-created models. Yeah, I guess you probably never gave it enough time then. Unity is coding, so yeah, I feel ya. Yeah, you gotta get really good at coding. I don't know if you can use C# maybe, or Java or something. But even then, I think it's not how my brain works, but you never know, maybe one day. The one on Switch is good. It is a combo of Dreams and coding on Switch. What is this? I'm on your friends list, LBA and Dreams. Yeah, but not the PS4. I know what you did, Panic Man. I know what you did. I still support and play your guys' stuff if you guys are on my friends list. That's good. It's good. Well, it's good to see you again. Fuse on Switch. Fuse? Never heard of Fuse before. I heard of a video game called Fuse. I think it was by like Insomniac. I don't think it was meant to be very good. But I don't have a Switch, so that's probably the main reason why I don't know about this. So that'll be the drawing. Then we've got the director's confession. So the director's confession, he's racked with guilt about all the things he's been doing. And the thing is, the director of the hospital, he's not the main guy behind the whole thing. There's other people, you know, on higher positions that are pulling the strings. So, you know, he's been going along with it, and I guess he's just had a change of heart. I guess he's did one too many cruel things, and he sort of gave up after a while. LB's reading comments before they appear again. Really? I'm in the future. Broadcast into the past. Your game is looking very good, LB. Yeah, hopefully it does look good. I mean, I don't know if you saw this. We had to redo the menu, the inventory, because of a Dreams update kind of broke stuff. So basically we can equip different weapons here. We can spray to put our health back. Still got work to do on this part. The maps have not even started yet. Basically we made a trophy list here. So we've got like story trophies. Then we've got challenge trophies. Things like that. Which is pretty cool. You get your bronze, your silver and your gold trophies. And now we get the files. But the files are far from done. I need to write all of the files. So that's what I'm going to try and do today. Try and get some of this started. I probably only need like the first 3 for the demo. But I want to get everything done. Forget the demo. I want to get everything done all in one swoop. So then page 2. We're going to have a parts order. So when you go to the mechanics, there's going to be some talk about people repairing their car. Maybe they're trying to flee the city. So there's a lot of people at the mechanics. Again, raises quite some suspicions. Then we've got a subject file, which is going to talk about basically all of the main boss battles. So we're going to talk about all the creatures and you know, where they came from, what they were trying to do with them. Just document how they progressed through several weeks of testing and experimenting. So I'm looking forward to writing this file, because I think this one's going to be the most in-depth when it comes to what exactly they've been doing underneath this hospital. Then we've got the researcher's diary. I'm not sure if we're going to call it a researcher's diary or the researcher's log. Either way, it's just going to be about his or her personal take on the work that's been going on. I don't think this person's going to regret much of what they did. I think they're just doing their job and documenting their opinions based on what's been going on. So this is going to give us more of a personal touch into what exactly has been going on in this secret underground lab, and how people are generally coping with having to keep this big secret to themselves. Then we'll have the training results. So remember when we made the big training room, there's a couple of training rooms. So basically when they're building these subjects, they're building them to be weapons, right? Or superhumans, or they're trying to do something. So they're basically testing them in combat scenarios, testing to see what their strengths and weaknesses are, to see how they can push them even further. So I'm going to have a lot of results in here, and it's going to tell you about the strengths and weaknesses of each subject, and maybe past failures, things that didn't work out so well and they had to scrap some of them and start again. And then this last one, I called it Subject 72. I don't know what number or what code name this particular subject is going to be, but this is going to be one of the most promising subjects out of the entire game. So this one is like, okay, we've finally found a mutation that's actually what we wanted. So there's going to be a lot of boss battles in the game where there's a lot of flaws, like maybe some of the bosses have poor vision, or they have they're quite stupid, or they're quite weak, or maybe they're not so resistant to certain things. Whereas this subject here, he's going to be like the main thing, you know. He's going to be like the strongest. He's going to be the alpha werewolf of the game. I think Hypertronic was having music glitches because of the VR update too. Yeah, I've heard. I think Isaac was mentioning that there was some problems with music, which is annoying. Another thing I was going to mention about this VR update, this actually just started happening like the past week or so. Anytime I go to quit Dreams, it takes forever to close the application. So I click quit, and it just goes like that. Loading. It takes forever. Sometimes it takes like a minute. Sometimes it just crashes completely, and it comes up an error code. And this is happening every single time I close Dreams now. I don't know if that is a bad thing. I don't know if I'm going to get a corruption soon. No other games are doing this, by the way. It's just Dreams. So when I quit Dreams, it just takes forever, or it crashes. And I don't know why it's happening. Honestly, don't know. Because it wasn't, when the VR update came out, it didn't happen. It's only been happening like the past week or so. But I'm kind of worried. I hope something bad doesn't happen. You made trophies. Oh my god, can't wait for this. I did indeed. I just need to work on the pop-ups. You know, the ding coming up on the screen. But I'm looking forward to that. It's going to add some replayability to the game, the trophies. And it's also going to... We're also going to have unlockables as well. So if you complete the game, you unlock something like a new costume. If you complete on hard mode, maybe I'll give you infinite ammo, or you can unlock a secret weapon, or if you get all the John, Jerry, Steve figurines, you'll unlock a secret episode of John, Jerry, Steve, or maybe like a small game for John, Jerry, Steve. And the way I was going to do it, like, I know you can go into the genealogy and bypass it, so people are like, I'm not going to collect all the figurines, I'm just going to go into the genealogy, and I'm just going to play the John, Jerry, Steve game. Well, too bad, you can't do it, because I've already thought it through. And basically, I'm going to use a global variable to basically say if you've unlocked it or not. So if you go into the genealogy and you find the John, Jerry, Steve game, it's not going to let you play. It's not going to let you get past the initial menu because you have not unlocked it yet. See, I've thought about everything. So I'm going to make sure that we've got trophies, we've got unlockables as well. So for people that don't care about trophies, or they want an extra incentive to play the game again with infinite ammo or other costumes or the John, Jerry, Steve bonus stuff. Also the extra difficult Isaac mode as well. Don't forget about that one, panic mode. We need to get Isaac playing the hardest mode ever. So there's going to be a lot of unlockables. Plus there's 2 campaigns, 2 characters. So I think overall there's a lot of content here. There's a lot of replayability. So hopefully it's not just you complete the game and then you're done. It gives people a chance to come back and play as many times as they like, really, which is quite cool. I really do applaud you guys for figuring this out, because I couldn't. It's not so difficult, to be honest. This is very, very simple logic. I think anyone could do this, you know. Hey Schemecast, welcome back. Hey, did you notice that you're purple now? Yep, you've upgraded. You're a brand new Teletubby today. I'm purple. You're purple, yep, you are. Yep, you've been with us for over a month. So we're celebrating. It was the other day. How Schmoomin noticed he was purple, and now you've noticed you're purple. So it's another great day. And I think you're going to upgrade after, I don't know if it's 2 months or 3 months, but you're going to upgrade again to How Schmoomin reminded me it's a turquoise colour, which is quite cool. So you're going to have more upgrades coming your way soon. I'm red then. Yeah, you're not quite red, Panic Man. I don't know if you know. It's all about a membership thing. It's like we have like custom emojis and custom badges and things like that, and I'm trying to offer some other incentives like put people's names in the credits and offer exclusive behind the scenes things or early access to demos and things like that, which is pretty cool because it definitely helps the channel going forward. This is going to be a great game, LBA. I loved this platform ones too. I mean, my platform ones are pretty basic, but I will get better with that as well. So Super Alien Buddy 2, that'll come out next year, and it'll be even better. I'll use all my experience from this game to hopefully make an even better one with the other genres. Hold on. The track's playing, but it's just very quiet. There we go. There's a little gap where there was nothing playing. What are you planning to do this stream? I forgot. Well, I was going to do the cafeteria, but I kind of just want to get back to finishing this menu off. I really want it done. So I'm going to try and there's two things I could do. I can get the pop-ups for the trophies, which probably doesn't take that long. And then I also need to actually write through these documents. I need to actually be able to go through them and read them. So it's a lot of work I still need to do. But I'm liking that I'm doing something a bit different, because normally I would always just do environments and stuff like that. So it's kind of good that I'm doing some other things. So let's see. So get the game manual. Right. The manual. What's the most important thing about the manual? I'm not going to do the controls because I've got that in the main menu already. But I think I'm just going to do like give some tips. So I'll put down some classic survival horror tips, and then if there's anything you guys are afraid that people might not understand, I can add that as well. So I'll just like throw things together here just now. I'm going to actually test this keyboard out and see if it works. So we need to get our text displayer, but the font is different. The font is very different. So let's see, it's all aligned in the middle. Okay. Take off the shadow, take off that. Right, let me just test this keyboard. Does it work? Yeah, the keyboard works. Nice, 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 nice. This is going to save me a lot of time, actually, because when I'm typing like this, you know, it kind of takes forever. Sadly, I don't have my predictive text, though. So let's see. I'm just going to randomly type something, because I need to get the font sorted. So let's just say the game manual, right? Okay. Oh, I wrote manuel. And do create a good font. Let me see. this was the thicker one. Let me see, so we can compare. Where was the other one? That one, wasn't it? Like, I could use this one because it's a little thicker, just to do the title, and then this one can be the actual text